Hey guys, I'm back, giving you guys something brand new again, straying away from those gruesome AVI videos of this series of old, and now bringing out something I'm more known for, talking. Just talking. Today, I have something amazing for you guys. No, it's not Adventure Time Distant Lands. I will get to that eventually one day. I haven't seen it yet. I'll get to that eventually one day. But today, we are looking at the Promised Neverland. More specifically, the first episode, and why I believe this is one of the best first episodes in anime history. You can debate about it in the comments if you want to. I was contemplating on how I would want to talk about it, but there's no other way to talk about it than spoiling the fuck out of the first episode at least. So, if you don't mind first episode spoilers, watch this video. If you do mind first episode spoilers, click away, because I will legit be talking about the first episode in as much depth as I can. The Promised Neverland is an anime and manga series. The manga, written by Kaiju Shirai and illustrated by Potsuka Demitsu. I should have really looked at how to pronounce these names before I fucking talked about it. The manga was first introduced to the world on August 1st, 2016, as a part of the weekly Shonen Jump magazine. The anime first aired in Japan on January 11th, 2019. And just as storyline, Jesus fucking Christ, this opening fucking slaps. It fucking slaps, bro. I haven't heard an opening this good since, Parasite. Since Parasite, Tokyo Ghoul has some good openings, or the first opening is really good. And Tokyo Ghoul Re has a really good opening as well. The story follows an orphanage of kids living their daily lives, getting picked off one by one. What does that mean though? Are they just going to a new home to survive in this gruesome world? Or is something more sinister happening? Are they getting picked off to be killed or fucking eaten or something? What fucking nonsense would that be? But what if that's the case, huh? Well, you're about to find out, because I'm about to go into depth in the first fucking episode. That's right. Right off the bat, the first episode opens up with the three main... Right off the bat, the episode opens up with the three main characters, a bit younger than they actually are in the show. They're just kind of looking off into a gate and kind of talking to themselves, wondering what's the outside like and what they are being protected from. I feel like this is the weakest part in the episode because, I don't know, it teases you for so much stuff that's going to happen within this episode or the whole show in general. And I don't know, man. I would have rather just be caught off guard with things and not know what's going to happen. I would rather have just opened up on a happy, loving day. I would have just loved that. But yeah, I don't get the Caesar. It's a decent foreshadow. Yes, it's a decent foreshadow for what's to come. But I would have rather not have this in here in the entirety. But by the way, you're lucky this isn't Mother's Basement. You're so fucking lucky this isn't Mother's Basement, because I would have tried my fucking hardest to go into as much detail as I can about what this OP is and what it represents, when in reality, I just really fucking like the jam. I just really like the fucking song in general. I could talk about the puzzles and how they represent different things, but I just really like the song. It's a fucking banger of a song. And it took me a long time to find out that the numbers in each fucking episode were just dates. It took me a long time to realize they're just dates. Since this is Japan and everywhere else except for the States put the day, month, then year, it took me a long time to realize that's what they're doing, because here in the States, it's the month, day, and then the year. Why is America so weird? God damn it. But the episode opens up with Emma waking up at the dawn of morning, waking everyone else up and getting ready for this beautiful, beautiful breakfast, as they do every single morning in this orphanage. everyone joking around, going to the table. We see Don, we see Connie. Everyone's waking up, everyone's having a good time. Everybody's joking around, smiling, laughing, playing around. We see a lot of fucking people joking around here. It just seems like this is going to be the perfect, most funnest ever slice of life show. And apparently today's Connie's day for something. I really don't know what day it is for Connie, but it's showing the calendar twice at this point, and I think they just really want us to know today's Connie's day for something. Or, I really don't know at this point. It beats me. Since it's an orphanage, I guess she's leaving, later on. So, I like taking tests. Taking tests can be fun sometimes. We've taken tests on this channel before. The testing on here seemed kind of weird. I've never taken a test quite as interesting as this before, with the whole bar thing and scanning. It looked like everyone's doing the same thing, so how are they making different test scores exactly? I have no idea, but they're concentrating their hardest, yada yada yada. And it turns out Emma, Ray, and Norman are not only the oldest in this group of kids, they are also the smartest in the fucking class, making perfect scores not only on this test, but every test they have taken so far. Don, he gets a little jelly. He gets a little jelly. And he does with that jelliness? He challenges Norman to a game of tag or hide and seek. I'm not sure why the dub said tag, because it's clearly hide and seek. Hide and seek, but he had to touch the person so that they were no longer running away from him. So I guess kind of tag and seek. So the game starts. When the game starts, Norman already immediately knows where everyone is, goes and finds them, and kind of tells them what they're lacking, tells them about their weaknesses and what they could do better. And the person he has the hardest time catching is Emma, but he still does. He does a little trip and fall, pretends that he hurts himself. Emma does it because she cares about people too much. She really does. Emma, as Emma does, she'll complain. She's complaining to Norman and Ray, wondering why does she always lose to Norman. And that's when Ray tells her, Norman is good at strategy. And that's what Emma's lacking. She needs strategy. I wonder, will that have any bearings later? Oh, Don, still being jelly, tells them to restart the match, but this time Norman's the only one hiding, and it's everybody's opportunity to go find Norman. But really, it just feels like Emma versus Norman, because she immediately runs after him and finds him. They end up finding each other at the fence, and oh my god, at this part, they go up to the fence and it's just ominous. This ominous feeling goes over you, and you can feel it from the atmosphere, from the ambiance that they just put on this scene. And, it sends chills down your spine while they're talking, and all the other kids starts coming there as well, and they start wondering, hey, we're all gonna have to leave here one day. And they start saying that it sucks that the kids that have left, they never wrote to them. Wonder why. Have they forgot about us? Are they having too much fun out there? And then they start telling each other dreams and stuff about what they want to do once they get to outside, wearing different clothes, going to different places, learning how to survive. And that's when Connie says that she promises to write to them every single day, and that she will be the best mother ever, just like their mother at the orphanage. At this point, it started creeping me out a bit. My first time watching this, their faces, their features on their faces are very small compared to the actual size of their face, and that bothered me for so long until it dawned on me, no pun intended, that the expressions they can do with this style is so fucking good that you look past this flaw. You look past this flaw because the expressions the characters make in this entire season is so good that you just look past it. The face features and stuff, they can be small, at least for wider expressions, for your mouth to open bigger, for your eyes to be wider, your pupils to be smaller. It's kind of fucking genius. It's finally Connie's time to leave. After so much build up within this episode, everyone's so sad, everyone's crying, but they know she's gonna have a happier time now with her new family. She promises she'll keep in touch with them. She does. So once she walks off, everything's all fine until Emma realizes she left her little bunny friend in the kitchen. So her and Norman go after them. And once they get to the gate, the atmosphere picks up perfectly. Like, so perfectly. It just starts getting ominous. The camera angles start getting a little Dutch, getting a little creepier. The pipes, the droplets from the pipes are blasting into your ear as it's so quiet, so eerily quiet. And that's when they find Connie's dead body in the back of the truck. But they don't have time to process this because they had to quickly hide now because they hear the mother and some other voices coming out from a room. And as they hear the mother talking to some people, they see something strange. They don't see a human foot, no. They see this weird creature's foot. They hear somebody talking about selling and eating humans. Like, what? Like, what? This is completely different from what I was expecting and probably what everyone was expecting from this show. Especially if you went into this without realizing what type of show it was. That's the beauty of this first episode. Emma and Norman quickly run back the first chance they get, panting, terrified by the revelation that they are not in an orphanage, but they're in a human farm, and that the world they may not know is something to be afraid of. But they had to escape this farm because they don't want to die. But how? How exactly will they escape this farm? Oh well, you remember what happened earlier with their tag stuff? That's right. Emma and Norman said they're going to use strategy and find out a way to escape. But there's one bad part about this. Emma, the gullible, lovable person that she is, she doesn't want anybody else to die. So she is going to try her best to make an escape plan for all of the kids to escape, ranging from babies to their ages being 11. People who don't have an inkling in athleticism to people who are very athletic. It's going to be a wild ride this season 1. And that was episode 1. As a thriller anime, is the best by far, opening wise, first episode wise. This is the best build for a first episode I've seen in a long time, but really I'm not necessarily into the horror anime stuff that much. I tried to get into it, but the first 2 stuff I watched were Another and High School of the Dead, and it kind of kicked me back out of it because, I don't know, it just weren't as good as I hoped, even though I do like High School of the Dead a lot. Now, The Promised Neverland beats them by a long shot within the first episode alone. It doesn't need jump scares, it doesn't need these like scary moments necessarily. It just needs you to feel like you're put in these intense situations where your heart's beating massively, where at any moment, like, their mother or anybody can find out and they could die. They could die. Their lives will be ruined, obviously, because they'd be dead. It puts you in those situations, and the whole episode is the whole season is built on this concept that you could be found out at any moment and fucking die, and this plan is utter nonsense and it won't work. Like, it feels like everyone is going to be built to die, and oh god, The way this season plays out is crazy, and I'm not gonna spoil you on anything of it in the slightest. Just watch it. Just watch season 1, man. Season 2 starts this January, and I cannot be any more excited for it. And looking on Wikipedia, they even say they even say that they have a live action movie coming out for it in December. And that's not something I'm necessarily gonna watch, but it'd be something very interesting. Very interesting. This did give me like The Village vibes a little bit, but more like forcefully keeping them like no. Yeah, it definitely gave me The Village vibes. Keeping them out of the blue, but killing them off. I didn't know the manga was already finished. Like this, I like this so much that I might read the manga, but at the same time I might not, because I don't know, I feel like this was made to be an anime. I feel like the thriller genre in itself, horror genre in itself, was made to be an anime. Of course, there's some people like Junji Ito where like he hasn't had a good adaptation yet, and his manga is fucking fantastic. His artwork is fantastic and eerily creepy. But stuff like The Promised Neverland, I feel like with the music and atmosphere and everything else and the animation, it really strengthens the moment to the nth degree to get you to pay attention to every single little detail that you can. And man, it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be perfect. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Billion Boy from ScooterTube signing out yet again.